So to help myself sleep, I've been taking melatonin every night for a few weeks, and it does tend to give me very vivid dreams. And I've been dreaming a lot about going back to New York. I was only in New York once. It was for 3 weeks in late July and first couple of weeks of August 1994. Here's how it all came down. I think I answered a singles ad while I was still living in Orlando, Florida in the early part of 1994, and this woman from New York had placed it for a friend of hers in Orlando, and so she passed on all the responses. This is when we would write in letters in response to singles ads. Okay, this is before the internet was big. This is 1994, and she kept mine for herself. So we talked on the phone and exchanged letters, and she eventually flew out and spent, I think, Memorial Day weekend with me in Los Angeles in May 1994. So by that time I'd only been in LA for about 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, and I took her to synagogue, and we had a nice time for that long weekend, and she kind of took charge of my life. I was sitting around waiting for find out if I'd get the job for Dennis Prager, and so this woman was much more assertive than I am. So she just called the office and had them, let him know one way or another if he's going to get the job. Did not get the job, and then she had inherited a lot of money, so she paid for me to fly to New York to spend 3 weeks with her on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. This is near the end of July 1994. So she was about 4 years older than me, I think, and quite well educated. She had a real job, and I kind of found her a little bit bossy, so she was trying to remake my life and get me back on my feet, which is what I needed, but I guess I took exceptions. I kind of, first day there, I started tuning her out and thought, oh, this isn't going to go anywhere. She was very generous, very kind to me. She gave me spending money. She took me to 2 or 3 plays and took me to Schindler's List, and I went to Stone College, the library. It's the only part of Stone College where, as a male, I think you can go in. We went to Brooklyn and walked around Borough Park, and I wanted to go on a pilgrimage to the Yeshiva of Flatbush because that's where Dennis Prager went to school, and went to Central Park, and I went to some acting auditions and went for a photo shoot, and so I had kind of these dreams about being bi-coastal, and kind of embarrassing because I was living with this woman for those 3 weeks, and I didn't think we had any future, so I placed a singles ad while I was there, and she called it and found it. So the last few days of our stay were pretty tense, and then I left my wallet there in New York, so I'm back in LA and begging her for my wallet, and she tells me that her therapist and her friends all say that she shouldn't talk to me. And yeah, she cut me off. I guess she thought I was exploitive. I've never been back to New York since, so I want to go back. New York, New York.